You've heard that knock for a while, haven't you? And you know what's funny? It hasn't been a physical knock. It's been something knocking on your mind, in your heart, telling you to do the thing that you've been stopping yourself from doing. It's that desire that just keeps coming back year after year after year, moment after moment, day after day. It's that thought that you can't escape, but it's not like it's the anxious type. It's the type of thought that when you think about it, it makes you feel at peace. But because you're not living it, you feel depressed, you feel disconnected, and you're going to keep feeling that way. Yeah. If there's anyone that knows that, it's me. I felt that way for so long. I felt so disconnected, and it led to depression. Because I don't know if you've heard that saying that says that depression is the opposite of expression. To be able to express our truest selves, our authenticity, it allows us to feel free, to feel safe in our bodies, safe in our minds, safe in our hearts. It's the power to advocate for yourself, to show up for yourself, to honestly be you unapologetically. And that requires a lot of courage. Courage that maybe you don't have yet. Maybe you're scared to embody, but I know for me, I didn't have before. And some of us have had certain childhood experiences, things that we've gone through, ways that we were neglected, ways that we weren't advocated for, ways that people fell short of loving us or being there for us in the ways that we needed. We didn't always feel safe. And so we made ourselves small because I guess that was what was required of us at the time in order to keep the peace, in order to feel some sort of connection to the people that you wanted to feel validation from. But at some point, you have to ask yourself, I was a kid then. Do I want to continue this as an adult? Do I want to keep playing small? Do I want to keep living in the shadow of myself instead of allowing myself to really be who I am? And it's so funny because when you're ignoring that calling, that knock, it doesn't stop. It honestly just keeps coming back. And it's like this reminder that you're not fully living. So when I'd ask myself, why are things going wrong? Or why don't I feel great? And why am I so stuck in my emotions or stuck in certain cycles? I realized that I always have the answer. It's because I need to allow life to flow through me instead of blocking the flow of life through me, you know? Because when you block it and you don't let life happen through you, you don't let new experiences happen, you don't allow yourself to just truly and fully be, you're stopping the flow of life. You're stopping the energy from passing through you and lifting you up, elevating you to become the best version of yourself. So instead, you say stuck. And the reality is, especially the reality I guess that I had to learn, was that everything in nature is always moving. It's always changing. We have seasons. We have summer, autumn, winter, spring, and change is the constant of life. But when we stay stuck in one season forever, things don't grow, things don't move. We need those seasons because we need them for our growth. We need to learn lessons in them. If the sun was always shining 24/7, how would the trees and the grass and the plants have water to grow their roots? You know, rainy days are actually needed. And I realized though that I had a lot of rainy days, but it's because I wasn't letting the sun shine. Sometimes you get addicted, you get addicted to the rain and you get scared of the sun. But you really have to give yourself permission to experience something better. You have to let the night end. You have to go through the discomfort of doing something new, of being someone new, and allow yourself to really progress, allow yourself to elevate, allow yourself to be you for real, and not the version of yourself that you've made up because of other people's expectations and other people's limits, but the you that has always known that you were meant for more, that you can be more, that you can show up authentically, and the right people who are meant to be in your life will gravitate towards you. And the people that don't like your authentic you, I guess they're not part of your next season. But you have to stop ignoring the knock. And you know what's funny? Not too long ago, I decided that I can't keep going through this cycle of being depressed and sad because I really was my own worst enemy. And in making the decision to be me and to go through the discomfort, go through the darkness, knowing that there's light on the other side of the tunnel, I found this sense of freedom. I realized that I don't have to be perfect. I just have to be present and I just have to show up. And yes, it's not easy, especially when you live a life of escaping, when you've lived a life of escaping, when you've lived a life of running away, when you haven't really allowed yourself to be you and you're like, okay, but who am I and how do I be that person? Honestly, it's your path to figure out. What are the things that light you up? What are the things that make you feel like you, that make you feel free? What are the things that come naturally to you? What are the things that came naturally to you as a child before you were programmed differently, before people put their limits on you and said that something isn't possible, or said that your dreams were too big, or said that you were too much? Find that. And who cares if it comes across as cringe? Who cares if not many people see it? Who cares if people don't validate you? I actually realized that I'm not going to live in the bubble of somebody else's imagination. Validate me, great. Don't validate me, great. I no longer live for anybody else's validation. I live for my own. I can't be a prison. Wait, I can't be in prison. Yeah, I can't be in prison. Not in my own mind, not in my own body, not because of somebody else's expectations, not because somebody else is in prison in theirs and they want to lock me up too. No chance. No chance. So I hope that you make the decision to embody your true self, to begin the journey, even though it feels crazy to start again, even though it feels crazy to be something different than you have been before. I hope you know that your age doesn't limit you. I hope that you know that the only limits that exist are the ones that you choose to place on yourself. I hope you know that there is no glass ceiling unless you create one. So remove it. Know that you are free to be and do and create whatever you want. Know that there's so much power in being authentic, being in the present moment, and just flowing. And I guess that's where I found my power. I feel like the voice that my younger self always needed. She was scared to do things like this. She felt like people would judge her. She actually was scared to even show up in front of people. Not even just the younger me, maybe even the me from a year ago. Definitely the me from a year ago. It's funny how your conscious mind can be like, this stuff isn't scary, you can do it. And yet, in your body, when it comes to doing something like this, something like making a video or something like pursuing a creative idea, your body tenses up. Something like being open and being in front of people, being seen, your body tenses up. Next thing you know, you're looking for the next excuse, or you found the next excuse as to why you didn't get to complete this thing, or as to why you can't do something, or now you're even ill. It's manifested physically, and now you can't do it, and you've got your excuse. It's actually so crazy how these things happen. But it gets to a point where you actually have to stop bullying yourself in the ways that you may have been bullied when you were young, or in the ways that you were discouraged when you were young. I saw a video on TikTok actually, and it said something like, if you're scared of, I don't know, pursuing that creative idea or being seen, right? And so you decide not to post that video, or you decide not to pursue that career or to be seen, you're already living in your worst nightmare. You're already living in fear. If you're scared that people are not going to see your video, so you don't post it, you're already living in the reality where nobody sees that video because you yourself haven't even given yourself the chance to even put it out. So your views are stuck at zero anyway. You've manifested that for yourself. And the more I thought about it, I was like, wow, why would I not give myself the opportunity? That's crazy. Imagine having a desire so strong in you, and yet you deprive yourself of that. That is the opposite of self-love. Why would you treat yourself that way? And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that I cannot keep doing that. It's doing a disservice to me. So you have to take the steps to switch it around and to actually begin to do something different, to be someone different, to be your biggest fan, even if you're in a room full of people who dislike you, or in a room full of people who refuse to support you. What does that matter when you are your own biggest supporter? Nothing. If you're doing what you truly love, it doesn't matter who is around you. What matters is that you have internal peace and you provide that for yourself, regardless of the external. And that is honestly so powerful because people mirror that. When people see how confident you are and how unapologetically you are being you. Some people will hate it because I guess they don't have the courage to do the same. But others, the right people, they will feel magnetic to you. You'll somehow draw them in because they can see the power that you hold within yourself. They can see the love that radiates through and outside of you, and they want to be a part of it. And that's beautiful. But give yourself the chance so that you're not living or manifesting a future of regret where you look back and you're like, damn, I wish I started when I said I would. But remember, you have the opportunity to change and to create a future that you can feel proud of. Even if you look back and you say, damn, I wish I started 2 months ago, you're still here. You have the opportunity to do that right now. I used to say to myself, man, I wish I started in 2019. And then I would say, I wish I started in 2022. A year later, I still said, man, it's 2024 now. I wish I started in 2023. How about we start today? Or we're going to be wishing forever. So I decided, you know what? 2025 is not the year of looking back and wishing and hoping I did something different then, but actually taking the steps to do something different now and give myself the opportunity to be me, to be free and not just fantasize about the idea. It's time to actually make it happen. So if there's anything that you get from this video, it's don't ignore the knock. The thing that's been knocking at your heart and on your mind for such a long time is an indicator that you have a desire that you can fulfill. You have a calling, you have something at you, eating at you that clearly you want for yourself. So don't deprive yourself of great things. Don't deprive yourself of happiness, of joy, of feeling authentic. Literally, take the steps, even if it's small ones. Take the steps to feel different, to be different, so that you can experience different because you deserve it. We deserve it. I deserve it. And if you're watching this video, know that I, RaySL, if you're wondering what my name is, I decided that I'm not going to keep looking back, especially not when I have a whole amazing future ahead of me. I'm going to actually begin to take the steps, regardless of who's watching, because I owe it to myself to prove myself right and to show the little old me that the desire that I had, even from a young age, the thoughts and the feelings that told me that I am going to be great, I'm going to be something great, I'm going to be someone great, and I'm going to do great things, was never just in my imagination and something to think about, but it was something I could actually materialize and something that I can actively make happen every single day. So I hope that just like how I found courage in being authentic and not having to be perfect, because that's another thing that stops us, and it's another thing that has stopped me for a long time. I'm able to just show up, do it anyway, and I guess learn my lessons along the way to keep improving, but I will not deprive myself of the chance before I've even started. The time is now. So what are you going to do with your right now? Or are you just going to go back to fantasizing? Well, I guess it's your choice. But hopefully I see you in the next video. And instead of thinking, man, I should have started when she said it in in this video, instead, you can say, I started and I'm one action ahead of where I was. And that is your power.